Latest updates on Osinachi Nwachukwu's case as of 27th May 2022, her autopsy, what led to her death, and the federal government slams 23 count charges against Osinachi Nwachukwu husband. The Attorney General of the Federation has filed 23 count charges against Mr. Nwachukwu, the husband of late gospel artist Osinachi, who died in April after she was allegedly assaulted by her spouse. He was charged under Section 104 and 379 of the Administration of Criminal Justice Act 2015 and culpable homicide contrary to the Section 221 of the Penal Code, which is punishable with death. The case with charge number CR/199/2022 was filed at High Court of the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, on May 20, 2022 by the Head Sexual and Gender-Based Violence Department of Public Prosecution of the Federation Ministry of Justice, Mrs. Yewande. The prosecutor accused the defendant of forcefully ejecting the deceased from the family home, contrary to the VAP Act, adding that he also attempted culpable homicide by pushing Osinachi out of a moving vehicle. The federal government further alleged that the defendant deprived the deceased of her personal liberty by restraining her movement and locking her up in the house. Nwachukwu was equally accused of emotional, verbal, and psychological abuse. The defendant, which is Mr. Nwachukwu, was said to have denied Osinachi access to her money for medication and household necessity and forced her into begging and borrowing. The charge further alleges that Osinachi's husband forcefully isolated and separated her from her family by preventing the deceased mother and siblings from visiting her matrimonial home. Nwachukwu was similarly accused of cruelly beating the children and recording their cry and playing it on his phone, noting that he threatened the children and prevented them from reporting the acts of domestic violence against their mother to his pastor, Dr. Paul Eneche, or any other person. One of the count reads that you, Peter Nwachukwu, 56 male, on the 8th of April 2022 at Echo Estate, opposite police station, Abuja, within the jurisdiction of this honorable court, did commit an offense to wit culpable homicide punishable with death, in that you caused the death of Mrs. Osinachi Nwachukwu by your various acts of violence and aggravated assault with the knowledge that her death would be the probable consequences of the act. Another count read statement of the offense are emotional, verbal, and psychological abuse contrary to Section 14, Sub 1 of the Violence Against Person Prohibition Act 2015 and punishable under the same section of the Act. The particulars of the offense that you, Peter Nwachukwu, male, sometime between 14th November 2009 and April 2022 at Estate, opposite police station, Abuja, within the jurisdiction of this honorable court, you did commit an offense to wit: 1. Emotional, verbal, and psychological abuse on Mrs. Osinachi Nwachukwu, deceased, by humiliating her and making her utterances like "you are smelling," "you are mad," to her in the presence of her music crew members. Chai, too bad. This man really dealt with this woman. Channels Television had earlier reported that the popular Nigerian gospel singer who came into the limelight with the hit Ekweme, which she sang alongside Prosper, reportedly died on Friday, April 8 in an Abuja hospital. It was not immediately clear what the cause of her death was. However, an autopsy was carried out by the Federal FCT Police Command and the result was forwarded to the Director of Public Prosecution for vetting and possible prosecution. The police also did not give details of the autopsy, but there have been several allegations by family members of the deceased, including her children and other close associates, suggesting that the gospel singer had lived under the torture of her husband during their years of marriage. Things are happening now. This sparked public outcry and national discourse on gender violence, with the police arresting Peter Nwachukwu, the alleged wife beater, with deeper investigation being conducted. During a meeting between the Inspector General of Police, Mr. Usman Baba, and the Minister of Women Affairs, Pauline, as well as the family members of Osinachi, the police boss assured that the matter will be investigated. The police boss assured that the matter will be investigated thoroughly and prosecuted in accordance with the law. It might interest you to know that domestic violence is not just when a man is beating you or when a woman is beating a man. Domestic violence takes many forms, including physical, sexual, emotional, and mental. Traditionally, domestic violence is committed against female. Common forms of domestic violence against women in Nigeria are rape, acid attack, molestation, while beating, and corporal punishment. Incidents of domestic violence in Nigeria include battery, beating, torture, acid bait, rape, and consequently death. It is, however, estimated that approximately 1 in every 3 women suffer domestic violence and intimate partner violence from the hands of those who claim to love and supposedly protect them. The menace is eating deep as most of the time, most of the victims do not speak out about the violation of their rights as a result of nonchalant, insensitive, negative response from their immediate family. On 27th of February 2001, Guardian Nigeria recorded in their Saturday that cases of domestic violence are on high, especially the physical aspect of it. They reported that at least once in a week there is a case of man beating, maiming, or killing his girlfriend or wife, and in some rare cases, a woman dealing with her husband in like manner. Guys, let's be safe out there. Let's be careful. Let's value our life. Report any violence of any means. Escape any marriage or relationship that involves violence. Okay, thank you for watching. Give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you're already a subscriber. Thank you so much for subscribing. See you guys next time. Bye.